Right. Good morning, students. Today I am going to give the limits related to trigonometric functions. Evaluation of the limits of trigonometric functions, of course. Limit x goes to 0, sine 3x into tan 4x by x into sine 5x. Evaluate the limit as x goes to 0, sine 3x into tan 4x by x sine 5x. Coming to solution of this limit as x goes to 0, sine 3x tan 4x by x sine 5x equal to evaluate the given limit, try to reduce the given problem to the known formula. Known formula means, suppose the limit x goes to 0, sin x by x, or sin x ax by x, or limit as x goes to 0, tan ax by x, like that. You always try to reduce the given formula to the known formula, given problem to the known formula. For that, dividing the numerator and denominator. Here in the numerator we have two functions, namely sin ax, suppose tan bx form. So write here sin 3x by x and tan 4x by x. That means I am dividing the numerator with x square. Similarly, divide the denominator with x square. Write 1x below x and another x below sin 5x. That means you are dividing the numerator and denominator with x square, x into x, x square, x into x, x square. Dividing the numerator and denominator with x square, there is no change in the problem. Without changing the basic nature of the function, you can operate any operation over that function. So limit as x goes to 0, sine, this is of the form sin ax by x. So the limit takes a finite value, hence you can straight away apply that limit. Limit as x goes to 0, this is of the form tan some ax by x, hence it also takes a finite value. X by x clearly 1, and this is also reduces to sin ax by x form. So each and every limit in the function, given limit exists and takes a finite value, hence you can straight away apply the limit as limit x goes to 0, sin ax by x is a. That means here the limit value is 3. This is also of the form tan bx by x as x goes to 0, that is b, which is nothing but 4. Similarly here sin ax by x form, that is a, that means 5. So ultimately we get the limit as this is 3 into this is 4 into this is 5. 12 by 5 is the required limit. Like that, based on the function, by simple modification, here we reduce the given limit to the known limits. That is the way of dealing the limits of trigonometric functions. Not only trigonometric functions, any function you have to reduce the known formula and evaluate the limit. That is the procedure here. Similarly, another problem, limit x goes to 0, 1 minus cos x by x into log 1 plus x. Evaluate the limit as x is nearing to 0, x goes to 0, 1 minus cos x by x into log 1 plus x. Once you observe this function 1 minus cos x by x log 1 plus x, immediately remember the formulas. Limit as x goes to 0, 1 minus cos x by x square is 1 by 2. This is one formula already given to you. Limit as x goes to 0, 1 minus cos x by x square is 1 by 2. The another formula is, here we have log 1 plus x form. So, x goes to 0, 1 by x log 1 plus x, which is nothing but limit as x goes to 0, log of 1 plus x whole power 1 by x. This is log limit as x goes to 0, 1 plus x whole power 1 by x. This is already given to you. Limit as x goes to 0, limit x goes to 0, 1 plus x whole power 1 by x, that is e. Here we get log e to the base e, which is nothing but 1. Limit as x goes to 0, 1 plus x whole power 1 by x. This is our formula. Limit as x goes to 0, 1 plus x whole power 1 by x form, that is e. So, log e to the base e, that is 1. Apply these two formulas to this function. So, to reduce this given function to the known formulas, let us consider the given limit, that is limit as x goes to 0. To reduce that function to the known formulas, the required formulas, one must get x square in the denominator of 1 minus cos x. One must get x square. So, for that divide the numerator and denominator with x square. That is our simple operation here. Without changing the basic nature of the limit, you can take any modification. So, limit as x goes to 0, 1 minus cos x by x square by x log of 1 plus x by x square. That means we are dividing the numerator and denominator with x square here, so that the numerator reduces to the known formula straight away as limit as x goes to 0, 1 minus cos x by x square, which takes a finite value as half, clearly given to you. And the denominator is, once you cancel one x here, the denominator takes the form 1 by x log of 1 plus x as x goes to 0. So, limit as x goes to 0, 1 by x log of 1 plus x is straight away 1. Otherwise, you can write log 1 plus x expansion as x minus x square by 2 plus x cube by 3, like that. Use the expansion of log 1 plus x and divide that expansion with x and apply the limit. That is one more procedure here to evaluate that limit. So, limit as x goes to 0, 1 minus cos x by x square, that is clearly 1 by 2. This is as per our given formula, that is equal to log e to the base e. Log e to the base e is 1. So, the required limit is 1 by 2. Since you have to understand limit as x goes to 0, 1 by x log 1 plus x is 1. Okay. skillfully arrange the given function to the known formula. That is the dexterously arranging the function to the known formula is here the procedure of evaluation of the limit, nothing more than that here. Next, limit x goes to 0, tan x minus sin x by x cube. Limit as x goes to 0, tan x minus sin x by x cube. You can evaluate such limits straight away with the help of this formula. We know that just limit as x goes to 0, keep this formula in your mind. Tan power n of ax minus sin power n of ax by x power n plus 2. Tan power n of ax sin power n of ax, x power n plus 2. This is nothing but n by 2 a power n plus 2. This is our formula where n is a positive integer. N belongs to n, the set of natural numbers. You can straight away apply this formula. Limit as x goes to 0, tan power n of ax minus sin power n of ax is n by 2 a power n plus 2, where n being a natural number. Here the power is n equal to 1. Clearly a also 1. N equal to 1, a equal to 1. So hence in such case we get tan x minus sin x by x cube. Once the power is n, it should be n plus 2. That should be observed here. So by applying this formula to this one, straight away the required limit, given limit is taking n equal to 1 and a equal to 1. N equal to 1 and a equal to 1, we get 1 by 2, 1 power 1 plus 2. Since here n takes the value 1 and a takes the value 1. So that we get 1 by 2, the required limit. Limit as x goes to 0, tan power n of ax minus sin power n of ax by x power n plus 2. This is our formula to evaluate such limits. Otherwise, write tan x as sin x by cos x and take sin x as common and then apply the limit. Second method of evaluation, particularly evaluation of this limit is, given limit is limit as x goes to 0, write tan x as sin x by cos x minus sin x by 1 here by x cube. Limit as x goes to 0, tan x may be written as sin x by cos x and here is sin x by x cube. Take sin x common, 1 sin x common here and under sin x get 1x here. Out of x cube I am taking x under sin x. The remaining function on simplification, it reduces to 1 minus cos x. On taking LCM, we get x square into 1 by cos x also. Once taking LCM as cos x, we get 1 minus cos x by cos x. Here the remaining x's are x square. I am writing x square in between under 1 minus cos x and I am separating denominator cos as a other function. So, you can apply for individual the limits to each and every factor here, because once you apply the limit as x goes to 0 sin x by x is known as 1, and limit as x goes to 0 1 minus cos x by x square, this is also known as 1 by 2, a finite value. This is also limit as x goes to 0 1 by cos x. As x is nearing to 0, cos 0 is also 1, which is a finite value. Each and every limit is finite, hence you can separately apply the limit. So, hence the required limit takes the value 1, 1 by 2 here, this is 1 by 1, since as x is nearing to 0, cos 0 is 1. So, the required limit is 1 by 2. Straight away you can apply this formula, otherwise you can go through that method to evaluate such limits. This is also one important formula in dealing the objective questions. Next, one. Limit as x goes to 0, sine of pi into cos square x by x square. Limit as x goes to 0, sine of pi cos square x by x square. This is our limit. The limit, given limit may be written as limit as x goes to 0, sine of pi into cos square x, that is sine of pi into cos square may be written as 1 minus sine square x by x square. Cos square may be written as 1 minus sine square x by x square. Now, this is limit as x goes to 0, sine of pi minus pi sine square x by x square. Pi into 1 gives us pi into sine square x, pi sine square x. Now, it was reduced to sine of pi minus theta, sine of pi minus theta. Sine of pi minus theta is which falls in the second quadrant, hence sine theta itself. Therefore, this is sine of pi sine square x by, divide the numerator and denominator with pi sine square x itself, otherwise sine square x. I am dividing the numerator with sine square and dividing the denominator. Once you divide the denominator, it goes to the numerator sine square x by x square. You can write that function in such a way. Advantage of dividing the numerator and denominator with sine square x is, as x is nearing to 0, this one is also 0, you can observe it. As x is nearing to 0, sin x is nearing to 0. Once this is theta, it reduces to sine pi theta by theta, as theta goes to 0. Sine a theta by theta, as theta goes to 0, theta measured in radians. Sine a theta by theta as theta goes to 0 is a itself. So, the limit immediately we get as a finite value pi. And again this is reduces to sin x by x whole square as x goes to 0, which is 1 square. So straight away you can write this limit as x is nearing to 0, sin x is all, otherwise sin square x is also goes to 0, sin of pi sin square x by sin square x. Instead of writing x goes to 0, sin square x also goes to 0, you can write like this, into limit x goes to 0, sin x by x whole square. Okay. Just apply x as x goes to 0. Oh, as and when x is nearing to 0, clearly sin x is nearing to 0, sin square x nearing to 0. Hence, once you take this as y, as x goes to 0, y goes to 0 itself. Sin a theta by theta or sin pi y by y as y goes to 0 form, which is clearly pi here, and this is 1 clearly, the base function square. Just I am applying limit as theta goes to 0, sin pi theta by theta is clearly pi. Since based on this result, sin pi theta by theta as theta goes to 0 is clearly pi. Hence, the required limit is pi. The limit is pi. By simple modification, you can reduce the given function to the known formula. That is, that should be the thought process here. One should try to evaluate the given limit with that thought process. Try to develop that thought process while dealing the limits. Everywhere we have to reduce the given limit to the known formula. That is the basic principle behind evaluation of the limit. Once you reduce the given function to the known formula, the form of the known formula, then you can apply the limit and get the value of the limit. Once this is given in objective state board objective examination, limit as x goes to 0, 1 minus e power x sin x by x square plus x cube. Limit as x goes to 0, 1 minus e power x sin x by x square plus x cube. Now the given limit is, limit as x goes to 0. Immediately we know that sin x by x, 1x gives us 1 as x goes to 0. So get 1x in the denominator of sin x at first. To get 1x here and 1 minus e power x by x, divide the numerator and denominator with x square, so that we get 1 plus x here. Out of dividing the numerator and denominator with x square, 1x is written under sine function and 1 more x is written in exponential function. Dividing the denominator, x square by x square gives us 1, x cube by x square gives us x. So limit as x goes to 0, this is sin x by x here, into minus of limit x goes to 0, I am taking minus common from the numerator, e power x minus 1 by x, by limit as x goes to 0, once x is nearing to 0, 1 plus x is also takes a finite value 1. So individually you can apply the limit to each and every function, given function, like that. So limit as x goes to 0 sin x by x is clearly 1. It is known formula. And limit as x goes to 0 e power x minus 1 by x is also 1. So this is minus 1 by 1 plus 0, that is also 1. So here the applied formula is limit as x goes to 0 e power x minus 1 by x is 1 itself. Okay. That is also one important formula related to exponential function already given to you. Apply that formula in dealing that limit minus of otherwise minus 1 into limit as x goes to 0 e power x minus 1 by x is minus 1. Once we are good at formulae, then you can easily evaluate the limit. So try to remember these formulas and try to do more problems related to such formulas. Practice more formulas. This is also one good formula. Limit as x goes to 0, 1 minus cos mx by 1 minus cos nx. You can apply this problem as a formula also. Limit as x goes to 0, 1 minus cos mx by 1 minus cos nx. Taking certain values to m and n, you can use this problem as a formula. So to evaluate this limit, let us take mx, assume mx as theta. This one as theta and this one as some phi. 1 minus cos theta. 1 minus cos theta in half angle may be written as 2 sin square theta by 2. Apply this formula to both the numerator and denominator. 2 sin square theta by 2 by half angle formula from the trigonometry. You can apply that formula to the numerator and as well as denominator, so that the given limit reduces to 2 into sin square of, here theta is mx by 2, by 2 sin square of, here theta is nx by 2. You can remove this 2 and the limit may be arranged like this. Limit as x goes to 0, sin m by 2 x by sin n by 2 x, n by 2 x whole square, because sin square by sin square you can write it as whole square. The power does not depends on x, so apply the limit to the base. So limit as x goes to 0, this is m by 2 x by sin n by 2 x itself whole square. Clearly it was reduced to, the limit is reduced to limit as x goes to 0, sin ax by sin bx. Sin ax by sin bx is a by b, that means m by 2 by n by 2. Since the applied formula is limit as x goes to 0, sin ax by sin bx, that is a by b, a by b. Based on that formula, this is m by 2 by n by 2 whole square. Here we have whole square. So that this, you may remove this 2, hence the required limit is m by n whole square, which is m square by n square. You can use this problem as a formula also. Suppose m is given 3 and n is given 5. 1 minus cos 3x by 1 minus cos 5x. Clearly that is 3 square by 5 square. So, like that, by taking certain values say m and n being natural numbers, you can able to apply that problem as a formula, and you can evaluate the limit. This is one more important model. Limit of x goes to pi by 6. Sin of x minus pi by 6 by root 3 by 2 minus cos x. Limit of x goes to pi by 6. Sin of x minus pi by 6 by root 3 by 2 minus cos x. Here given limit is limit x goes to pi by 6. Sin of x minus pi by 6 by root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2 in terms of cos, here we have cos. Root 3 by 2 in terms of cos, you can take it as cos pi by 6 minus cos x. Since cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Now the denominator clearly of the form cos c minus cos d, cos c minus cos d. Cos c minus cos d is minus 2 sin c plus d by 2, c minus d by 2. Otherwise, you can take it as 2 sin c plus d by 2 or d plus c by 2 sin d minus c by 2, x minus pi by 6 by 2. Since the formula is cos c minus cos d is 2 sin of d plus c by 2 sin d minus c by 2. Once you write c minus d, you get minus here. So that this is limit as x goes to pi by 6, sin of x minus pi by 6 by 2 sin of x plus pi by 6 by 2 sin of x minus pi by 6 by 2. Again write this sign in half angle formula. Once you write this sign theta, once you assumed this one as theta, sin theta in half angle, 2 sin theta by 2 x minus pi by 6 whole by 2 into cos of x minus pi by 6 by 2. In half angle formula, this is 2 sin of x minus pi by 6 by 2 cos of x minus pi by 6 by 2 by the denominator is 2 sin of x plus pi by 6 by 2 sin of x minus pi by 6 by 2. Remove the common factors in the numerator and denominator. That is, you can remove 2 and you can remove sin of x minus pi by 6 by 2 sin of x minus pi by 6 by 2. apply limit for the remaining function straight away as x goes to pi by 6. Apply limit to the remaining function. Okay. Now, so that the limit totally reduces to limit as x goes to pi by 6. In the numerator, we have cos of x minus pi by 6 by 2 by, in the denominator, sine of x plus pi by 6 by 2. Now, apply directly the limit and substitute x equal to pi by 6. So that we get pi by 6 minus pi by 6 0 by 2 0 cos 0 here by sine of pi by 6 pi by 6 30 plus 30 60 pi by 3 by 2 ultimately again pi by 6. So, cos 0 by sine pi by 6 both are finite. Cos 0 is 1, sine pi by 6 is 1 by 2. The required limit is 2. By trigonometric transformations, this sine theta is written in half angles, and in the denominator we applied cos c minus cos d formula. So, by cancellation of the common factors in the numerator and denominator and apply the limit. Otherwise, once you directly apply the limit here, you got 0 by 0, which is indeterminate form. Sine 0, once you put x equal to pi by 6, you get 0. Once you get put x equal to pi by 6 cos pi by 6 root 3 by 2, 0 by 0 form. To avoid that 0 by 0 form, indeterminate form, the common factor to be removed here. So, just by simple trigonometric operations, we can able to find the common factors in the numerator and denominator, and by removing the common factor which causes the limit as indeterminate form, you can able to find the value of the limit as a finite value. That is the procedure evaluated here. This is one more important one, this procedure, which is useful in for objective examinations. Limit x goes to 0, e power x minus e power sin x by 2 into x minus sin x. The trigonometric function which is blended with the exponential functions. E power x, e power sin x are comes under exponential. So, how to evaluate this limit? Once in such case, try to get x goes to 0, as x goes to 0, x minus sin x is 0 clearly. As x is 0, x minus sin x is 0 itself. So that put a proper substitution, x minus sin x as y. Put x minus sin x equal to y. As x goes to 0 implies y also goes to 0 clearly. X 0, sin is 0. Hence, y goes to 0. So, the given limit may be reduced by that substitution. You can write it as 1 by 2. You can take 1 by 2 as common, which is constant, and the remaining limit you can reduce it in terms of y by taking x minus sin x as y. So, limit y goes to 0. Keep this one as x itself. Keep this one as x itself minus sin x. Sin x may be written as e power x minus y in terms of y. Sin x is x minus y by 2y. Okay. 2y. Oh sorry, already 2 I am taking common, so there is no need of 2 here. 1 by 2 into, this is limit as y goes to 0. You can take e power x as common, so that 1 minus e power minus y by y itself. Okay. Taking e power x as common, you can write it as 1 minus e power minus y. E power x is independent of y. E power x is independent of y. Or as y goes to 0, x is also 0. Limit y goes to 0 instead of y goes to 0, x is 0. You can apply e power x. And here the remaining function is in terms of y. You can take 1 minus e power minus y by y itself. You can write like that. So as x goes to 0, e power x, e power 0, which is nothing but 1. And this may be written as minus 1, taking minus 1 common, limit y goes to 0, e power minus y minus 1 by y. Or that is e power 0 is 1 here, so 1 by 2 into, apply this negative sign to the denominator and take the limit as minus y goes to 0, e power minus y minus 1 by minus y. Apply this minus 1 to denominator, so that you can write it as minus y. And y goes to 0 also implies minus y goes to 0. The total limit reduces to the known formula, limit as z goes to 0, e power z minus 1 by z is 1. So hence this is 1. The formula is, since the formula is as the variable z goes to 0, e power z minus 1 by z is 1 itself. So the required limit is 1 by 2. The required limit is 1 by 2. That is our problem. Otherwise, take e power sin x straight away common. E power sin x as common. So that here we get e power x minus sin x by x minus sin x, which is of the form e power y minus 1 by y. As x goes to 0, e power sin x is 1, just like this. So you can do like that. Next one. Next problem. Limit x goes to pi by 2, 1 minus sin x by pi minus 2x whole square. Limit x goes to pi by 2, 1 minus sin x by pi minus 2x. Okay. By simple given limit equal to solution. Given limit is by simple trigonometric transformations, you can able to get this limit. Limit as x goes to pi by 2, 1 minus, reduce the sin x to cos as cos of pi by 2 minus x, cos of pi by 2 minus theta, cos of pi by 2 minus theta is sin theta. So you can express the sin x as cos pi by 2 minus x. Take 2 common from this one, so that 2 into pi by 2 minus x whole square. This is our, once you take 2 common from these two terms, you get 2 into pi by 2 minus x whole square here, that I am taking whole square. So, it may be written as limit as x goes to pi by 2. 2 square is 1 by 4 into 1 minus cos pi by 2 minus x by pi by 2 minus x whole square. One by 4 is constant, you can take it. As x is pi by 2, pi by 2 minus x is 0. So, limit pi by 2 minus x goes to 0. As x goes to pi by 2 is same to that of, as x goes to pi by 2 is same to that of pi by 2 minus x goes to 0. These two statements are one and the same here. So, limit instead of taking x goes to pi by 2, I am taking pi by 2 minus x goes to 0. 1 minus cos of pi by 2 minus x by pi by 2 minus x whole square. Clearly, that was reduced to the form 1 minus cos theta, 1 minus cos y by y square, as y goes to 0, which is clearly half. Since the formula is limit as theta goes to 0, 1 minus cos theta by theta square, as theta measured in radians is 1 by 2. So, hence the required limit is 1 by 8. By simple trigonometric changes, you can get the limit as a finite value. Next, next problem. Limit as x goes to pi by 6, 3 sin x minus root 3 cos x by 6x minus pi. State board engineering examination, it was given in state board engineering examination. AP state engineering examinations question. Given limit is here. Limit as x goes to pi by 6. X goes to pi by 6. Divide the numerator and denominator with 2 root 3. 2 root 3. So, that is 3 sin x minus root 3 cos x by 2 root 3 here by 6x minus pi by 2 root. Okay. So, this can be written as limit as x goes to pi by 6, of course. 3 sin x by 2 root 3 is root 3 by 2 sin x here, minus, once you divide this term with 2 root 3, you will get 1 by 2 cos x by, you can write this denominator 2 root 3 in the numerator, 2 root 3 by 6x minus pi. This is limit as x goes to pi by 6. Consider this 2 root 3. Take 6 as common in the denominator and write the remaining function. This one as cos pi by 6 sin x. 1 by 2 as sin pi by 6 into cos x by, once you take 6 as common, we get x minus pi by 6. Okay. I am taking this 2 root 3 and taking 6 as common, you get 2 root 3 by 6 as constant. It is independent of x. You can take it out of the limit as root 3 by 3 or 1 by root 3. Limit as x goes to pi by 6 or x minus pi by 6 goes to 0, of course. The numerator may be written as sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. So, sin of a minus b, sin of a minus b here by x minus pi by 6, which reduces to the form clearly sin theta by theta, sin theta by theta as theta goes to 0. Sin theta by theta as theta goes to 0 is clearly 1. So, the limit takes the value 1, hence that is 1 by root 3 into 1, that is the required limit is 1 by root 3. The required limit is 1 by root 3. Next one. This is an important problem. Let alpha and beta be the roots of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, a quadratic. Then evaluate the limit as x goes to alpha, x goes to alpha 1 minus cos of ax square plus bx plus c by x minus alpha whole square. This is also a very good question. If alpha and beta be the roots of the given quadratic ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, with the help of this data, you have to evaluate that limit. Limit as x goes to alpha 1 minus cos of ax square plus bx plus c by x minus alpha whole square. At first, try to analyze the data here. Alpha, beta are the roots of a quadratic. Once alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic ax square plus bx plus c may be written as a into ax square plus b by ax plus c by a. Once you take a as common, the quadratic may be written as a into x square plus b by ax plus c by a. Now, this is x square plus b by a may be written as minus of alpha plus beta, sum of the roots. sum of the roots is minus b by a. So hence b by a is minus of the sum of the roots into x plus c by a. C by a is the product of the roots alpha beta. And I introduce alpha beta instead of c by a and minus of alpha plus beta instead of b by a. Since sum of roots is minus b by a, that is alpha plus beta, and product of the roots alpha beta is c by a. Sum of the roots alpha plus beta is minus b by a and product of the roots alpha beta is c by a. You can write c by a as alpha beta and b by a as minus of alpha plus beta. Now totally you can write this one as a into x minus alpha into x minus beta. Once alpha beta are the roots of quadratic ax square plus bx plus c, that expression may be expressed as a into product of two factors, namely x minus alpha and x minus beta. That is the theory here. Once you know straight away this method, straight away you can write ax square plus bx plus c as a into x minus alpha into x minus beta. Now, the limit, evaluation of the limit. Coming to the evaluation of the limit, write that quadratic expression. Now given limit. Now given limit is limit as x goes to alpha, as x goes to alpha, 1 minus of, write ax square plus bx plus c as a into x minus alpha into x minus beta by try to change x minus alpha whole square as x minus alpha into x minus beta whole square into x minus beta whole square. Just multiply the numerator and denominator with x minus beta whole square. I am getting the square of this one here. I am getting the square of this one. So that now you can separate the limits as limit x goes to alpha. Take this one as separate limit x minus beta whole square, which gives us by substitution alpha minus beta whole square, a finite value, and apply the limit as x goes to alpha 1 minus cos of a theta by theta square, where theta equal to x minus alpha and x minus beta. Instead of x goes to alpha, theta goes to 0, you can write it here. You can write theta goes to 0, 1 minus cos a theta by theta square. As x goes to alpha, then theta also goes to 0. By this substitution, the limit is reduced to 1 minus cos a theta by theta square. 1 minus cos a theta by theta square is by formula. This one is alpha minus beta by substitution. Straight away you get alpha minus beta whole square. This one is a square by 2 itself. Straight away formula. Since our formula is limit as theta measured in radians and theta is nearing to 0, 1 minus cos k theta by theta square is k square by 2 itself. This is our formula already given to you. So, alpha minus beta whole square into a square by 2 is the required limit of the function once alpha beta are the roots of this quadratic equation. A square by 2 into alpha minus beta whole square is the required limit. Nice problem. A simple application of quadratic equations and expressions to the limit concept.